Yes, we're live.
We are live.
We're live. Hi guys, those who already participate.
Hello everybody.
Yeah, let's wait a few more seconds to have everyone join us. We're here at Coalichain's office, waiting for just a few more people to join us before we can start.
Can we maybe start presentation and?
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to share with you guys today, so so stay tuned.
I will start presentation. So I'm Levi Samama, CEO and co-founder of Coalichain, and I'm very happy to be in live with you today.
I'm Daniel. I'm the head of blockchain development. It's a great opportunity for me to take part of such an impactful project like Coalichain.
My name is Shai Galili. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Coalichain. Let me tell you a little bit about our background. Meanwhile, while the people are joining, so I can tell you that I come from a technological background. I have a master's degree in multimedia and information technology. I used to work with small and medium businesses providing software, mainly for marketing purposes. I had a lot of experience working with politicians and the public sector, providing them some digital tools to make their communication with the supporters. Levi here has a lot of experience also in
startups and marketing, and we are in the high tech for already 15 years. So this is not our first project, let's say it like that.
I'm involved on blockchain technologies, Bitcoin blockchain since 2012. So I have a lot of years of experience with the different blockchain platforms and how to implement smart contracts in the best and most efficient way. So we have all the team necessary to take this project forward.
Good. So let's present you a little bit about Coalichain. Do you guys know about Coalichain a little bit? Are you in the Telegram group? Maybe you can also comment here in the chat live. You can say what you know about Coalichain. If you are new, if you are following us already for a few months, we started our project in 2017, and now it's been more than 6 months that we are active in the network of the blockchain. So you can guys comment here and answer to any question. If you have any question, you can also ask us in live, and we'll reply immediately.
The first part, we're going to explain about our project and to reveal what we've been doing so far and what our future plans. The second part of the meetup, we'll hear your questions. You can ask us anything related to our project, and we'll be happy to answer. And for the last part, we have a little surprise for you, because you guys are our early adopters, and we trust you to become ambassadors. And we have a nice opportunity for you, so stay tuned, and we're gonna cover that at the end.
First of all, I deserve congratulations for the Mondial.
We are
the winners of the Mondial, guys. So
we have a French representative here.
Yeah,
can vote for you.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Coalichain. What are we doing? What are we going to do in the next years? So first of all, Coalichain is innovative technology that allows governance and direct democracy between people and representatives. So it's basically a tool that allows representatives to come and communicate directly with the voters, with the community, with the in an organization, in any organization or governance system, that you can connect, commit to a roadmap, to milestones, and be accountable. People can follow what you do during your mandate, during your when you are in position. Can be also for DAO that is also managed by the people, by the community. So in any of these organizations, Coalichain allows you to talk, to commit, and to make elections. Obviously, people can see what you do after the election, not only before the elections, because most of the cases, and let's go to the issue. Most of the cases, people are representatives are committing before the elections, and after the elections, people cannot really measure and take action about what the representative is doing. So basically, Coalichain allows you to vote, but also to follow the actions after the elections and to rate your representative and say, okay, you promised this and you did this. Your rating is like this, and allowing according to the smart contract, consequences will be automatically applied on the Coalichain platform. So this is what Coalichain does. It makes representatives accountable through smart contracts, and you can run elections and run polls with your community. You can also do many things, many actions that any representative needs, like in the community or in the politics. It can be also fundraisings, chat groups, petitions, anything that a representative needs as a tool to manage the community. We give this tool. Obviously, everything is through KYC, is on the blockchain, so everything is secured. And finally, what we want to do with Coalichain is to make sure that the representatives are accountable. That means that a representative is committing to something, and there is automatic smart contract that is running after the elections all the way, and the community is rating and is making sure that if it's not, if the representative is not going like is promised, so automatically consequences are applied. This is basically what Coalichain does.
Right, and the pain that we're trying to solve, we have few pain spots here. One is, as you know, the entire world is talking about it in the recent months, fake news, fake accounts, fake news, etc. So this is something that we are going to be solved by doing everything on the blockchain with KYC verification, which means that you cannot fake your account and your votes. Today, people waste a lot of time on travel, waiting in line for the ballots. You know, in election days, this is something that costs a lot of money for the government, for the people themselves. So here's another thing that we can solve. People now will be able to vote without the need to go to the ballot and spending time and money. Corruption, very well-known problem all around the world. So we can solve that, and we'll talk about it, how we do it exactly a little later. And as Levi explained, the empty promises of the leaders, because today we know before the elections, the leaders, the candidates are approaching us and please vote for us, we'll do this, we'll do that. But when the time comes, they tend to forget, and we tend to forget, and maybe we'll then, few years later, we're going to vote the same person again, even though we know that he did not fulfill his promises. So these are the pain points that we're trying to solve by engaging the people in democracy and promoting trust and transparency between the voters and the representatives.
Just we have here two questions. Do you have point-in-time votes or periods of voting with real-time counting? Yes. Yes, we do. We have basically two ways you can support someone and commit to vote for the elections. And you can also, by the elections in a certain time, you can vote during the elections. No. You can vote during the election, and there is like your vote is counted. The last vote is counted. I see another question. We are speaking from Israel right now. We have a team in Israel right now because we have a lot of organizations and political parties willing to work with us. We have also mayors and cities, municipalities that are willing to work with Coalichain. So we have a team here, dedicated team that is preparing the field and the launching of the app. We'll talk about it, about the MVP and the launching of the app very soon. Because it allows you to vote several times. Okay, good.
The question, I can't see it from here.
Yeah, it's a little bit far. Municipalities are the best starting point. Need proof of concept before going to something bigger. Yeah, exactly. We are already starting with the municipalities, with the universities. Also, we have 2 universities we are working with currently to launch a pilot. So with a few thousands of people, and then, like you say, the team. Thank you for your participation. So we are going slowly to work with. We are going also to work very soon with the small political parties, like new political parties, emergent ones that wants to gain more people, and then slowly go up to bigger political parties, and why not to governments in the next years.
Currently, we're just waiting for our final MVP version, which is the minimal viable product of our application. We expect to complete it and launch it in just a few days down the road, actually a few weeks. By August 5th, we are going to provide it to the people who are waiting in line actually for the POC to make the pilot. Some of them is a very famous, the most famous university in Tel Aviv. Some of them are municipal parties here in Israel. And just to understand, when we say it can fit to any type of group, any type of organization. So just to give you a few examples, as mentioned, we can apply for universities when they have elections, for companies, unions, foundation, nonprofit organization, of course, parties, political parties for primaries, governmental representative, DAOs, etc. So to begin with, we just coming up now with a very thin version, but it's actually already showing the how do you say? The POC,
proof of concept.
Yeah, we can actually show the proof of concept that is working. And for the first version, it's going to be very simple, but truly innovative and amazing. The idea is that anyone can log into the app and create an election, can create immediate election. He can assign himself as a candidate in these elections, or he can assign some other users to become candidates in the election. And that's it. It just takes a few seconds. Anyone can create an election. It runs on the blockchain.
So you mean that basically we are opening the representative option to anyone?
To anyone. So anyone can become a representative or can vote for other representative easily, securely, transparently, and very cheap. And all this is running on the blockchain on real time. As you know, the advantages of blockchain, most of it is that from one end you have to, in our app, you have to go through a KYC. So, but at the same time, you are anonymous. So the KYC is just to identify that you are a real person and it's not a fake account. But once you have this privacy key, okay, once you are already recognized as identified as a KYC verified, then you can use your voice and you can vote for others anonymously, but still we know that it's not a fake user.
Okay, we have a good question of Stefan. Thank you for being here, Stefan. can you explain the name, the branding? So what is Coalichain? Why the Coalichain is like coalition? It's like a consensus, and it's based on the people. Maybe Daniel, we can explain how the
but that's the first part. That's the Coali. Coali comes from coalition, and then we have the chain, which obviously is the blockchain.
Yeah, so maybe we can explain a little bit about how the system works for the consensus for applying, because we have a real question: how can you measure what the representative did? You know, many representatives, you come to them after 2 years, they say, "I did the job." You didn't did the job. You said you're gonna do this and this, and you didn't. He said, "Yeah, I tried. It's not done. It's not over." And you have sometimes representatives that after their 4 first years, they come and say, "I run again." You say, "You run again? Come on, you didn't do anything 4 years." He said, "Yeah, I did everything." So there is a issue that we are here in Coalichain. We want to measure. We want to allow the people to, like a consensus, to participate in the rating of the work of the representative and rate the smart contract. Maybe you can explain a little bit how, Daniel, how the smart contracts will run.
Yes, we basically have today, for our first version, we have a voting smart contract. That means that the first time we have the Ethereum blockchain, that it's an enabler for us to do a really decentralized voting mechanism, that we can be sure everyone who voted that he's a real person, and we can be sure in the other hand that no one changed the votes, no one play with the results. We are sure that those are the real results. And we use smart contracts on top of the Ethereum blockchain to enable these bailouts, to create those elections, first of all, and the second, to enforce. If a candidate say he will do 1, 2, 3, we want to be able to enforce, as Levi explained, in a decentralized way, what the candidate has done or not done. What is the truth, basically? And that's where the blockchain come in, and
the community comes in, to enforce. And how the smart contract knows if we have to enforce or not, it depends on the rating of the people. This is Coalichain, means that the accountability of the work of the mission is not. I'm connected to the representative, but I'm not alone. We have a community, and all the people can rate, and the majority will decide if it's good or not. And if it's not good, what the smart contract says. If a smart contract says that if your rating is below 2, you can.
I think first let's explain how it works and how we can actually make it to become a reality. Okay, so if we take all these technological explanations, how exactly is it going to look on the app? So basically, let's say I want to run for candidacy. I want to run for a certain position, either in my university, my company, government, whatever. Okay, so the first thing I do, I'm creating my smart contract. Here in the app, we call it my commitments. Okay, so I'm saying I want to run for this and that position, and here are my commitments. Then I have one very simple screen that opens up. Actually, maybe we can share the screen later. Maybe we can share a few of the screens.
Yeah, sure.
With you guys. Yeah, from the
Telegram.
We'll share. We'll later on. Maybe we'll post them here. We'll show you a few of the screens from the actual running app. So basically, how it works. So I'm creating my commitments. I have a very simple form to fill. First, I fill my goal, which is my promise. What is my let's say agenda or my long-term vision? Okay. So while once I win the position, I will improve the blah, 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 and I will do a lot of things. Okay, now the second part of the smart contract, how do you break it into milestones? So now you actually have to break it to some feasible tasks. So the first one, I say, by the end of October 2018, I commit to do this and this. Okay, and then another milestone. By the end of December 2018, I commit to do this and that, and so on. That was the second part, right? So the first part was my general commitment, my general goal. The second part is breaking it into milestones, and then the last part is the consequences. Consequences mean what's gonna happen in case I'm not gonna fulfill my promise. Okay. And there you have a list of preset consequences that are already there. Some of them can be, let's say, but it's all based on the rating. Okay, the rating can be 1 to 5. So all the people who are rating the smart contract, rating my deliverable, right, rating my delivery and my task are 1 to 5. So in consequences, he has to define if I get less than 3 points. My total score of my rating score for any milestone is less than 3, then the consequences would be you can unvote me. Okay, you can take your vote back, for example. Or you can set another consequences. If my rating is less than 2, then you can change your vote, or let's say automatically your vote is changing. Instead of voting for me, automatically your vote is going to my opponent, for example. And there are some other list of consequences. One of them can be, well, if my total score of the milestone is less than 1, okay, I will resign. It means I can't fit for this project, and maybe I failed and I can do it, so I will just resign. So this is how the smart contract built. 3 steps. First is the goal, then break it into milestone. The last part is the consequences. Once it's running, when the milestone due date is reaching, everybody who voted on the smart contract are receiving the poll, which is just an automatic poll, ask you to rate the delivery of the specific milestone. Everybody can rate it 1 to 5. They can also add comments if they like. It's not mandatory, but they rate 1 to 5. And based on this rating, we just do the average, and the consensus actually decides what is the total score of this milestone.
Can I make a small break? We have some questions here. Stefan, what's the business model? Business model is very simple. It's as a service. So people who are launching elections, they will pay per vote. And we have another business model also for the later stage, where people can boost the representatives post or elections to other friends. So it's like ads, but not from the representative side, from the community side. So we are working on this second business model. But the first thing is that anyone who is using the election platform, because we are developing technology, but we are also giving a ready-to-use app, mobile app and web for any organization that doesn't have its own platform. So people who are using us, they will pay for the service.
They will just pre-purchase the votes in advance. So, for example, a candidate is now creating an account or an election, and now he's running. He wants to collect votes from his supporters. He pre-purchased the votes. So let's say he buy a package of 1,000 pre-purchased votes. We call it votes credits at this time. So let's say he bought, 1 second, just to clarify that. So he bought 1,000 vote credits. Now, whenever someone is voting for him, it just decreased from his vote credits that he purchased. Yeah, once he was running out and his balance is 0, people cannot vote for him. He has to top up his wallet again.
Okay. We have a question of Tim. Can you pass on delegation on your current version? No, Tim. Actually, we cannot pass on delegations. In the second version, in 2 to 3 months, we'll be able to pass on delegations and start rating people inside the community and delegate my power for this kind of law, because it's very liquid democracy based system, that when you vote for someone, you can trust him for one kind of laws or in specific domains. I can trust Daniel for blockchain, but I will not trust him for, I don't know, education or for marketing, because I think I would trust Shai for marketing. So our system will allow you to delegate per domain, and this is the liquidity we want to bring also in the democracy. And how does the community decide? Ask Patricia. All the voters, only some of them. So, like we just said, you
Again,
can.
Sorry, repeat the question because people.
How does the community decide? All the voters or only some of them? Anyone wants to decide can decide for all the voters. But if a voter says, "Okay, I don't know, I'm not expert. I don't know if the job is well done, and or I don't have time," so he can delegate his decision power to a representative in the community. Question. Hi, Ankit. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. What can I gain as someone who is for change in the social regime, but haven't got the time to follow the leaders of change? This is what we just said.
Yeah, very good question, by the way. Because people are concerned. They say, okay, it's great that you are providing me the tool that I can track them.
But I can't follow them on a daily
but
basis.
It's not practical because I'm not there. I can't really follow them, and they can still do whatever they want. Exactly. So no, the answer is
delegations. Yeah, you can trust someone in the community for specific domains, and they will do the rating and the decisions for you. You will get a notification every time someone in your network takes a decision for you. And you'll be able to say yes or not, or veto, like we say.
Consensus.
Yeah, I mean, from between me and my representative and my trusted guy, so I can choose to follow or just to make apply a veto and say no. You say this on behalf of my name, but I would like to change it. Do I need to buy anything to use the app?
By the way, the way it works is also important to explain, because let's say I delegate my my voting power or my rating power to someone else. Still, it doesn't mean that I give him full control and he can do whatever he wants with my power. Okay, he can do, because I trust him to do certain things. But once he's doing any action, for example, rating a smart contract or voting on behalf of my name, then I will always get the confirmation. I will have to confirm his action, and I still can cancel it. And this way, he cannot use my voice at this point.
Hi, Shalom, Charlen. Tim, you just said something good. Yeah, but we have to be able also to measure these experts, like you just called them. Because if you have people with too many votes, they vote on behalf of too many people, they can also be corrupted. So what we want to do, it's also a self-monitoring system that people can check and make sure that the experts also are doing the job correctly. And if not, they can also take back their trust to this expert. Okay, Tim, thanks a lot. All right, so any other questions? How many votes can anyone collect as a delegate? Michelle. This is what I just said. We are working on it. Actually, the system is that you can get a lot of. It's not limited, because if you are very good, so you can be a representative of 1 million person. But in fact, we want to make also a consensus, a checking on these guys, on these experts, and to make sure that they are also controlled by the community and they cannot be corrupted.
And they are reliable, and they will represent the truth of their community and not just abusing it. So for that, we're going to have another circle of people who are going to rate the raters, these experts. Okay, so let's say an expert. How does he become an expert? Because many people rated him or
trust him on this domain,
recommended him to become an expert in a specific domain. Once he's an expert, he must stay reliable to his community.
Expertise,
because he have to represent them the best way possible. So for that, how can we make sure that he does do his work properly? So first, he's rating the smart contract. Then all his people are rating his answer, and it has to be. I mean, the ideal way is that the majority of his supporters will support his decisions because he has to represent their views.
Okay, I have a question of Magali. What exactly is the difference between vote and like? There is a huge difference because a like, first of all, today's like we know is mostly and many times is a fake like because there is a lot of fake accounts in on Facebook or Twitter anywhere. When you have someone, and we know that because we sell marketing also. So when you have 1,000 followers or 1,000 likes, it can be all fakes. So the vote we give here is on the blockchain and is after KYC. So all the people who are giving a vote, they are verified people.
And they cannot just use it as like. I can like whoever I want, and I can like as many times as I want, different people from the same category, from the same subject. Vote is only one vote per position. So I can vote only for one person to become a prime minister, or one person who can become a CEO in the company, or whatever. I cannot in likes. I can like all people together, and
we should like everyone.
Yeah, and I can like everyone, but it doesn't really tell anyone what am I going to do in the election itself. Okay, if I gave you, I don't know, if someone received 1 million likes on his Facebook, it doesn't mean that he has a voting power of 1 million people who are actually going to vote for him.
Okay, I would like just to speak 2 minutes on the Zoos, cryptocurrency we give you. What the Zoos does exactly for Coalichain. First of all, since all the system is based on smart contract, and we are going to run also fundraisings and proof of stake of some things that are connected to money, to funds. So we need a crypto to be able to be run on the smart contract. This is the first imperative to run crypto on our platform. And the reason we give Zoos is for 2 reasons. First of all, it's the ecosystem that's based on the community. That it's not held by any other outside the centralized thing. That it's all belongs to the community. And finally, the people who are rating the smart contracts, they need to be rewarded because we want the consensus to be applied for many cases. And if you want like miners, I will say, if you want people inside the community that working for the community and rating and watching and making sure that there is no abuse, you need to reward them and to measure their work, and according to their work to reward them with the Zoos. So the Zoos will the role of the Zoos is to reward the people, the community that are building this trust and this community. And also technically, maybe Daniel, we can explain why we need the Zoos for the technically for the ICO.
We have a few points why we should use our own currency. One, as Levi explained, we need to give incentives for the expert and to verify smart contracts. But on the other hand, we also need the
Zoos for the drop.
We also need the Zoos, first of all, to decouple from, let's say, an Ethereum that is a very violent currency, and we need a stable currency that we can understand the velocity and how much we really compensate an expert and understand exactly the prices. Second of all, right now in the first phase, where we stand today, we are doing our ICO on the Ethereum network. But on the roadmap, we are planning to move to another blockchain platform where we have much easier fees, transactions, and it's more suitable, faster and more cheaper transactions, and it's more suitable for a Coalichain project.
Especially because, as you guys know, most of you, a part of the tools that we're offering is fundraising. That's going to be one of the major tools later on. Fundraising has a lot of micropayments involved in it. So to use micropayments, we also need to use the Zoos, because Ethereum or any other popular crypto, we can't control the price of the gas and the fees, etc. So we can't, we won't be able to offer micropayments, because if someone wants to donate $1 and the transaction costs him $3, so it's not doable.
Okay, just the last question from Tim. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how to do budgets in organizations. The process seems to be somewhat different from other decision making. But I'm not sure, Tim. I think budgets in organizations or anywhere, it can be submitted to a poll, to a question to the community, and say, okay, we'd like to split the budget for this and this. And if you have experts in economy and if in budget management, so people can say, okay, we think that we should do it like that, or we have another solution, and then the people can rate also. And I think the way of communication and transparency between the representatives and the community, this is the way we are going to be we are going to be accountable, and we avoid corruption in the system. Yeah, I guess also, Tim, could work also in this type. And by the way,
what did he ask?
No, about the management of the budgets.
Yeah, it just says it could work.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, we have seen recently many new political parties, and again, it's not only political parties but also organizations. But what I know is that there is big political parties today in many countries that are starting to work in our vision. It's finally it's not our vision of Coalichain. I think we all here in this room, in live or in the world, we all want something more transparent, more collaborative. I would say maybe it's a fashion today to be more social, more collaborative, and representatives are understanding that they need to be more collaborative. So we've seen recently many political parties and organizations that claiming that, look, we are now collaborative, we are using a new platform, etc. So we believe that Coalichain will give an answer not only to people that like blockchain believers or crypto holders or early adopters. We see already that a very large of people and organizations are looking for this solution, and we are going to the market, I think, on the right time.
Definitely,
the people are ready.
As mentioned before, we want to offer you guys a special offer. As now we are running, as we said, we are just about to start the pilot with the MVP version in universities, municipalities, and other organizations very soon. And here is where we need your help. We need to spread the word. It's not now, but it's going to start in like 2 weeks from now. We want to spread the word.
3 weeks.
Or maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, actually. But by then, we want you to be ready. So this is why we prepared for you another new section in our website. If you already registered and you have your account with us, if not, please you can sign up now on our website, Coalichain.io. Once you're there, you will see, only for those of you who are interested, and we want to see your interest, if you're interested, we can make you become a syndicate. Syndication means that you can basically build your group in Coalichain, invite people, get compensated, of course, in Zeus currency. But more than that, it's to extend the word and to become an ambassador in your country, in your city, in your area. We're looking for for you guys to help us influencing, spreading the word, and of course earn some Zeus. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, if you guys are interested, please just send us a note or something. I'm interested, or says yes, I do, and we'll link your account to this syndicate program.
Good. I think there is no more questions. Ankit, I saw your Google ad. What is this? My question is how online voting system for secure web ballots. The blockchain.
How online voting system for secure web ballots. okay, how can we use our system as to replace the physical ballots?
This is the question. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that one of our focus today is to deliver an app that it's for non-savvy, tech-savvy people. You don't need to even know that it's blockchain behind it. The app will be very easy to use. So we're facing that anyone could just download the app, and with a few clicks, it will be very self-explanatory flow on how you create a vote or how you vote for someone else. Along with the app, we are also planning to launch an API. So any developer can use our API, our infrastructure, and create his own specific voting apps or governance applications.
For example, let's take it to a different domain, not politics and governments. For example, entertainment. So if there's a website, let's say, who's promoting some people from the entertainment industry. Yeah, for the Eurovision, great example. So for the Eurovision, now people knows that there is a reliable, fast, cheap, easy app they can use in order to vote securely and truly, and no one can manipulate it. I think that's one of the big solutions that we can provide by API. So it means if you already have a website, you can just use a few lines of codes, implement the API, and now your website can support blockchain voting with governance system, elections, etc. White label. It can all be white label, so you don't have to even disclose our identity. You can just say our website now supports voting on blockchain. Please join.
Thanks, Magali and Jonathan. We have some people in already.
Okay.
Good. So we have another meeting right after.
Yeah. Do you have another open question here?
Do you think politicians will use your platform because it's too transparency? Jason, thanks for participating. Yes, we do, because we built this app together with organizations, representatives, with politicians, representatives. We've been asking for advice for already a year and a half. We've been working with them, showing them the flow. We have already more than 25 representatives in the political game already committed to work with us, that published this in the newspaper. So we know that they are going to use it, and they want to use it because politicians are not corrupted. They are being corrupted when they become corrupt. Yeah, they become corrupted because sometimes they have no choice. If I don't have a contract, so I can do whatever I want. If I have a contract, if Shai comes to me and say, okay, give me this and this, and I say, sorry, I can't because I have a contract, so he will not come to me. The problem is that today there is no engagement, there is no commitment from the representatives. They just speak, and then, okay, we go for elections. I'm the best. I'm the winner. Yes, champagne. And thank you very much, guys, for voting for me. So what we want to do is to say, okay, champagne, no problem. You can go and make the celebrate, no problem. But if I have a contract, I know that I will not be corrupted. At least it's much harder to corrupt me because I am committed. All right, guys. I think. Check.
By the way, let's just emphasize the difference between transparency and anonymity. Okay, because the reason that we say that it's transparent, everything is transparent. It's true, but anyone still keep his anonymity, right? If I'm voting for someone, if the blockchain is transparent and anyone can see the transaction, so people can actually track my public key, right? My wallet address. I'm sorry. People can track my Ethereum address and they see the transactions. Okay, so they can see that I voted here and I voted there, and maybe I transferred some funds here and all my activities, but they cannot really see what's the identity of the other party. Okay, they cannot see who I voted for. They can see that I voted, but they don't know who I voted for, and vice versa. If I go to a candidate's Ethereum address and I scan it, so I can see that he received, let's say, 1,000 votes, but I can't tell who are the people who are actually voting for him, right? So that's a different transparency. And
Santiago Siri shows you how all corrupt politicians will fight against you. We're not scared about fighting, my friend.
Good luck to them.
Thank you very much, my friends, and everyone to being here. And if you have any other questions, please ask on Telegram, or you can ask on our website on direct email.
And more people, if you are interested to become a syndicate, to earn free zoos and to expand our community, please just reply, "I'm in," or something like that right now in the chat, and we'll know how to link it to your account and at the syndicate section.
When we've been in Tokyo in our in the blockchain conference in Tokyo, I learned something. Is arigato. So thank you very much, guys. See you soon, and thank you, team. Thank you, everybody, and
keep follow us. We need you. And
yeah, we need your support.
And wait for very great news just in a few weeks from now, once we're going to launch the MVP.
Yeah, once you'll get the app in the hands, I think
everything will be
change.
much more clear. Okay, great.
See you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. See you next
Bye.
time. Whew. 82